Many generations before us have dreamed of flying cars, artificial intelligence, color TV, or home computers. Our children and grandkids will dream of cleaner air, cleaner water, alternative fuel sources, or fresh produce. In the light of the newest environmental disaster, the BP spill, we are setting up a bleak future for our generations to come. I'm not going to discuss the BP spill or the hole in our ozone layer today. I'm here to inform you of a movement called urban farming, a movement to teach people how to grow and sustain vegetables in their own backyard or porch. I will tell you about how urban farming can make a difference in your neighborhood, how to get started, and advice from someone who is bringing new meaning to the phrase, eat my yard. There are many people out there that would look at an apartment porch or a 60 down to is the time people want to dedicate, the effort, and the interest. A garden space that is 15 by 20 and is well selected can meet the needs of a family of 4. When you think about how much it costs to buy the vegetables for that family of 4, the thought of do-it-yourself seems way more interesting. When you have a limited space to grow, you need to be conscious of what you grow, things that do not sprawl, like carrots, beets, onions, or spinach. Now that you know that it is possible, you need to know where to get started. Our region is rated as a Zone 4. This is a range of temperatures and plant hardiness. As you can see on the map, we're up here as Zone 4. Zone 1 is the coldest, Zone 11 is the warmest, like Hawaii. For our zone, warm season vegetables like peppers or tomatoes need to be started germinating indoors. They can take up to 120 days till harvest. They also need a frost-free environment. Cold season vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, or lettuce and cauliflower can be directly sown into the soil as they only need 70 days to harvest. Another thing to help your garden flourish is composting. It enriches the soil and it is also free. Composting requires anything that was once alive that would usually be thrown away. Some paper products can also be composted. Things like kitchen waste, dead leaves, or yard clippings that can fill up your trash or sometimes cost extra to have hauled away now become a vital source for your garden. Composters can be bought at Lowe's, Home Depot, or Walmart for as little as $46 and up. If you see here, this is an example of a $46 compost. There's even also the website, which was on there, called Composting 101, that'll help you to get started. Even with all these helpful tips, if you still seem a little skeptical or like this is an unobtainable task, let me introduce you to someone who has made this movement a passion. Her name is Brianne Glovna. She's the head propagator at Camellia Forest and a landscaping design degree from the Purdue University, and a dear friend of mine. She has started this movement in her very own yard and has given classes on how to eat my yard. Her quarter-acre yard was featured in the News Observer out of North Carolina this May. Her yard supports a family of 5 in her neighborhood year-round. When I asked her why she started, she stated she wanted to show that suburbs can be used with less petroleum and to lessen the carbon footprint. Last summer, her neighbors harvested over 200 pounds of tomatoes. I asked her how she fed her neighbors year-round, and she told me you can freeze things like broccoli or cauliflower, and you can can things like tomatoes. When I asked how realistic this is for the average person, she said it is very time-consuming. She suggested hiring someone like herself to manage the space, or taking the do-it-yourself classes like the classes she offers, which are called Eat My Yard. With the right motivation and education, it is possible. Motivation seems to be the thing that is most lacking today. This is a picture of her garden. That's just a little piece of it, and all the things in there are mainly edible. Brianne's home was recently suffered a disaster which will cause major renovation and her to sell. Her yard would seem to be a dream for most people. They can urban farm, it's already started, and they have advice from an expert. But instead she is forced to demolish this step in the right direction for our future generations because she was told no one would want to bother with the upkeep. What have we become and what are we creating for our future when we would rather go to the grocery store than step out into our backyards?